Hello, senior citizen. Let's be honest. After 60, things change, especially when it comes to your energy, your blood flow, and yes, your intimacy. But that doesn't mean you have to accept decline as your new normal. I've spoken with many patients over the years who thought their tiredness, cold hands and feet, or lack of interest in intimacy were just part of aging. But often it's not just age, it's circulation. And circulation can be improved naturally. That's why today I want to talk to you about 9 simple fruits that can make a real difference. Not in a magical or overnight way, but in a steady, supportive way that works with your body. These fruits are packed with nutrients that help keep your blood flowing smoothly and your heart working efficiently. And when your blood flows better, so does everything else. Your brain, your muscles, and even your connection with your partner. This is not about following trendy diets or giving up all the foods you love. It's about understanding how small daily choices can affect how you feel and how you live. Think of this like a check-in, a reminder that your body still responds to care, even at 60, 70, or 80. So if you're looking for ways to feel more alive, stay independent, and enjoy the things that matter, watch this video all the way through. These life lessons from the elderly are based on real experience and backed by science. It's never too late to start feeling better. Let's get started. Number 1, kiwi microcirculation magnet. Now let's talk about something small but powerful, the kiwi. This little green fruit might not look like much, but when it comes to your circulation, especially the tiny blood vessels that keep your body functioning smoothly, kiwi is a quiet hero. Here's why this matters. After 60, blood flow starts to slow down. That's normal. But what most people don't realize is that the real trouble begins in the smallest blood vessels, the capillaries. These are the tiny highways that deliver oxygen and nutrients to your eyes, your brain, your fingers, your feet, and yes, even the most private parts of your body. When those capillaries get weak or blocked, things don't work like they used to. You might feel colder, tire more easily, have numbness, or notice a drop in desire or performance during intimacy. That's where kiwi steps in. Kiwi is rich in vitamin E, which helps protect and strengthen those fragile blood vessels. It is also packed with antioxidants that reduce inflammation and help keep your blood flowing freely. It is like sending in a cleanup crew to clear out any blockages and strengthen the walls of those tiny vessels. I had a patient in her late 60s who started eating just 1 kiwi a day. Within a month, she told me her hands and feet didn't feel as cold, her energy was better, and this made her laugh. Her husband said she seemed sparkier. That's not just in her head, it is biology. You don't need to eat exotic or expensive foods to improve your circulation. A simple kiwi a day can help support those small but vital parts of your system that most people ignore until problems show up. If you care about your independence, your clarity, and yes, your closeness with your partner, do not overlook the power of microcirculation and do not underestimate the kiwi. It might just become your favorite fruit for all the right reasons. Number 2, figs. Natural circulation enhancers with erotic history. Let me tell you something interesting about a fruit that often gets overlooked at the grocery store. Figs. These little gems are more than just sweet and chewy. They're actually one of the most quietly powerful foods for people over 60, especially when it comes to circulation and intimacy. First, let's talk science. Figs are packed with iron, which your body needs to make healthy red blood cells. Why does that matter? Because red blood cells carry oxygen. When your blood is rich with oxygen and flowing smoothly, your energy improves, your brain stays sharp, and your body responds better, from your heart to your muscles to your most intimate areas. Figs also contain magnesium, which helps your blood vessels relax and widen. That's important because tense, narrow blood vessels make it harder for blood to reach where it needs to go. So if you're feeling sluggish, stiff, or disconnected in the bedroom, poor circulation may be part of the reason. Now here's the fun part. Figs have a long, rich history as natural aphrodisiacs. Ancient Greeks and Romans believed figs symbolized love and fertility, and while that sounds poetic, there's real biology behind it. Better blood flow, relaxed muscles, and a more responsive nervous system all contribute to intimacy, especially later in life. I had a couple in their 70s tell me they started adding dried figs to their breakfast a few times a week. Not only did it help with digestion and energy, but they both said their spark had quietly returned. They weren't chasing youth, they were supporting their bodies in a smart, respectful way. So if you want a fruit that supports your heart, your blood, and yes, your connection with your partner, do not walk past the figs. Add a few to your routine. Your body will thank you, and so might your partner. Number 3, goji berries, ancient aphrodisiac with modern proof. Let me tell you about a little red fruit that has been around for centuries but is finally getting the attention it deserves. Goji berries. These small, slightly sweet berries were used in traditional Chinese medicine long before we had fancy labs and studies. Back then they were known as a tonic for energy, vision, and yes, even sexual vitality. Today modern science is backing that up in a big way. Goji berries are loaded with antioxidants which help protect your blood vessels from damage and keep your circulation strong. That is especially important after 60, when blood flow naturally slows down and arteries become less flexible. Better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients moving through your body, which helps with everything from energy to memory to physical intimacy. They are also a great source of zinc, a mineral that many older adults unknowingly fall short on. Zinc plays a key role in hormone balance, libido, and sperm quality in men. And for women, it helps support mood and reproductive function even after menopause. It is one of those quiet nutrients that affects more than you might think. One of my patients in his mid-60s added goji berries to his daily tea after reading about their benefits. 3 weeks in, he came back and said, "I do not know if it's the goji or the tea, but I feel like I have more in the tank." That is what we want. Energy that feels natural and sustainable. The key is not to get fooled by sugary trail mixes filled with preservatives. Buy plain dried goji berries. Add them to tea, sprinkle them on oatmeal, or soak them in warm water for a few minutes to soften them. That is all you need. So if you are looking for a natural way to support your circulation, boost your energy, and reconnect with your vitality, goji berries are a small but mighty place to start. Sometimes ancient wisdom really does hold up. Number 4, pomegranate, nature's vascular steroid. Now let me introduce you to what I like to call nature's vascular steroid, pomegranate. You might think of it as just a pretty red fruit or a fancy juice in the grocery store, but trust me, this fruit does some serious work inside your body, especially after age 60. Here is what you need to know. Pomegranate is packed with something called polyphenols and natural nitrates. These help your body produce more nitric oxide, which is the exact compound your blood vessels use to relax and open up. When your blood vessels are more relaxed, your circulation improves. Blood flows more easily to your brain, your heart, your muscles, and yes, to the areas that matter most for physical intimacy. Now here is the part that surprises most people. The way pomegranate supports blood flow is very similar to how certain prescription medications for erectile dysfunction work. The big difference? Pomegranate does it naturally and without the side effects, as long as you are not drinking a bottle of sugary juice every day. If you stick with whole fruit or a small glass of 100% juice, you are getting the real benefits. I had one patient, a man in his early 70s, who started eating a half cup of pomegranate seeds every morning with his breakfast. He told me, "Doc, I'm not trying to impress anyone anymore, but I feel like I'm running cleaner under the hood." That's exactly what good circulation does. It makes everything work better without needing a full engine rebuild. Pomegranate is not a trendy superfood. It is a smart, science-backed tool for keeping your blood vessels young, your heart strong, and your intimacy alive. So if you are serious about staying active, alert, and connected to your partner, do not overlook this fruit. A handful of seeds a day might just give your blood the boost it has been waiting for. Number 5, beetroot. Yes, technically a fruit in culinary use. The circulation trigger. Let me talk to you about something unexpected that might already be sitting in your fridge, or maybe you have been avoiding it because of its earthy taste. I'm talking about beetroot. Yes, I know, it stains your fingers and reminds some people of school lunches, but stay with me. This is one of the most powerful natural tools we have for improving circulation, especially as we get older. After 60, something happens that most people do not notice right away. Your arteries begin to stiffen, blood pressure creeps up, energy dips. You may feel a little slower or colder. That is not just aging, that is your circulatory system getting sluggish. Beetroot can help reverse that. Beets are loaded with something called dietary nitrates. When you eat them, your body turns those nitrates into nitric oxide, a compound that opens up blood vessels and helps blood move more freely. Better blood flow means better brain function, better stamina, and yes, better intimacy. I had a woman in her late 60s who started drinking a small glass of fresh beet juice a few times a week. She came back after a month and said, "I am walking faster, sleeping deeper, and my hands are not freezing all the time." That is how circulation affects your entire life. Here is the trick. Skip the canned beets soaked in syrup. That stuff will spike your blood sugar and cancel out the benefits. Roast fresh beets, slice them into salads, or juice them with a bit of lemon or apple to smooth out the flavor. Beetroot might not have the glamour of a tropical fruit, but it delivers where it counts. Think of it as a natural switch that helps turn your blood flow back on. If you are serious about staying sharp, mobile, and connected with your body, this is one food you will want on your side. Number 6, banana, the hidden libido stabilizer. Let's talk about a fruit you probably already have on your kitchen counter, the banana. Most people think of it as just a quick snack or something to slice over cereal. But what many do not realize is that this simple fruit quietly supports some of the most important systems in your body, especially when it comes to libido and stress. Here is the truth. As we get older, stress has a bigger impact on how we feel physically and emotionally, and one of the first things stress affects is your sex drive. Your body responds to stress by pumping out a hormone called cortisol, and when cortisol stays high for too long, your desire for intimacy drops, energy drops, even sleep and blood pressure start to take a hit. This is where bananas really shine. They are rich in vitamin B6 and magnesium, two nutrients that help your adrenal glands function properly. Your adrenals are responsible for managing stress hormones, including cortisol. When they are supported, you feel calmer, more balanced, and your body starts to shift back into a more relaxed, responsive state. Bananas are also full of potassium, which helps regulate blood pressure, something that becomes even more important after 60. Good blood pressure supports better circulation, including to those areas that are key for sexual performance and pleasure. One of my patients, a man in his late 60s, told me he started eating a banana before his morning walk. After a couple of weeks, he said, "I do not know why, but I feel more steady, more grounded." That's not a coincidence. When your stress is managed and your blood pressure is stable, everything from energy to connection starts working better. So do not underestimate the banana. It is not flashy, but it is powerful. If you are looking for a natural way to support your mood, your heart, and your intimacy, this everyday fruit deserves a permanent place in your routine. Number 7, avocado, fat that fuels testosterone. Let's clear something up right away. Fat is not the enemy. In fact, if you are over 60 and still avoiding fat because of outdated advice, you might be doing your body more harm than good, especially when it comes to your hormones, energy, and intimacy. And that brings us to one of the most powerful foods you can eat, avocado. Avocados are full of monounsaturated fats, the good kind of fat your body uses to build and balance hormones, including testosterone. Most people think of testosterone as a male hormone, but the truth is both men and women need it for energy, muscle tone, mental clarity, and yes, a healthy sex drive. Here's the problem. Testosterone naturally drops after 60. For some, it dives off a cliff. That can lead to low energy, weak libido, mood changes, and even trouble sleeping. And guess what your body needs in order to make testosterone? Healthy fat. I had a man in his early 70s tell me he started adding half an avocado to his breakfast every day, scrambled eggs, a little toast, and sliced avocado. Within a few weeks, he noticed his afternoon crashes were gone, his mood was steadier, and intimacy with his wife felt less like effort and more like connection again. Avocados also contain vitamin B6 and potassium, which help regulate blood pressure and support adrenal function, both of which are tied to libido and stress response. So you are getting a full body benefit, not just hormone help. Forget the low-fat dogma of the past. Your body, especially at this stage in life, needs the right fuel to function. Avocados deliver clean, powerful fats your hormones depend on. If you want to feel more alive, more responsive, and more like yourself again, start with the right kind of fat. And avocado is one of the best places to begin. Number 8, strawberries, the foreplay fruit. Let's talk about a fruit that does more than just look good on a dessert plate. Strawberries are sweet, bright, and beautiful, but they are also what I like to call the foreplay fruit. And that is not just playful language. There is real science behind how strawberries affect your body, your brain, and even your connection with your partner. First, strawberries are rich in ellagic acid, a powerful antioxidant that helps reduce inflammation and support healthy blood flow. As you age, blood vessels can become stiffer, slowing down circulation, especially to the areas that matter most during intimacy. Improved blood flow means better physical response and more sensitivity, and strawberries help support that naturally. They are also high in folate, or vitamin B9, which supports nerve function and hormone balance. When your nerves are firing well, your body is more responsive to touch and sensation. And when hormones are steady, desire and arousal are easier to access. This is important at any age, but especially after 60, when both circulation and hormone production start to slow down. A 2019 review published in Nutrients confirms that folate plays a key role in vascular and neurological function, both of which influence sexual health. Now, here is where it gets really interesting. The taste, texture, and smell of strawberries actually stimulate the senses and increase desire. The brain responds to sensory pleasure long before anything physical happens. This is why strawberries have been tied to sensuality for centuries, not just as food, but as part of foreplay itself. I had a couple in their late 60s tell me they started sharing strawberries after dinner a few times a week. No phones, no distractions, just conversation, closeness, and something simple to enjoy together. It helped them reconnect, not just physically, but emotionally. So next time you see strawberries, think beyond dessert. Use them as part of a ritual that engages all the senses. Because intimacy is not just about performance, it is about connection. And sometimes it starts with something as simple as a strawberry. Number 9, dark grapes, artery-clearing allies. Let's take a closer look at a fruit you might already enjoy but probably underestimate, dark grapes. They are sweet, juicy, and easy to snack on, but here is what most people do not know. Dark grapes, especially the ones with deep purple or almost black skins, are packed with a powerful compound called resveratrol. And for anyone over 60, that matters a lot. Resveratrol is found mainly in the skin of the grape. It has been studied for its ability to improve something called endothelial function. The endothelium is the inner lining of your blood vessels. Think of it like the Teflon coating inside your arteries that keeps blood flowing smoothly. But as we age, that lining starts to wear down. When that happens, blood vessels get stiff, blood pressure rises, and circulation to all parts of the body, including the genitals, starts to decline. A 2017 study published in Molecules found that resveratrol helps improve the flexibility of blood vessels and supports nitric oxide production, which helps them stay open and relaxed. This leads to better overall circulation, which can improve everything from brain function to physical intimacy. I had a patient, a widower in his late 60s, who started snacking on dark grapes in the evenings instead of chips. After a few weeks, he came in and told me, "I'm not saying I feel 20 again, but I feel more alive. There is more blood pumping through me." He was right. That is what better endothelial health does. Just a handful of dark grapes a day, preferably with the skin on and not in the form of sugary juice, can help support your blood vessels in a natural, lasting way. So if you are serious about keeping your heart strong and your intimacy vibrant, do not skip the grapes. They are more than a sweet treat. They are powerful, natural allies for your arteries and for every part of you that depends on healthy circulation. In final words, so here is what I want you to remember. As we get older, things naturally slow down. Circulation, hormone levels, recovery, energy. That is normal, but it does not mean you are stuck with it. Small, smart choices, like adding the right fruits to your daily routine, can make a real difference in how you feel and function. These 9 fruits are not magic and they are not fads. They support your body where it needs it most: blood flow, nerve health, hormonal balance, and yes, your connection with yourself and your partner. Whether it is the resveratrol in dark grapes helping your arteries relax, or the vitamin C in papaya keeping your blood vessels flexible, these are simple tools that help your body work with you, not against you. I've seen patients in their 60s and 70s make quiet, consistent changes like this, adding beetroot to a salad, swapping sugary snacks for fresh strawberries, enjoying a few slices of avocado in the morning, and come back saying things like, "I feel more alive again," or "My body feels more responsive." And they are not imagining it. Their blood pressure improves, their energy lasts longer, their confidence returns. That is why I want you to watch the video until the end. This is not just a list of fruits. It is about understanding your body better and learning how to support it with real natural choices. No one is selling a shortcut. This is about giving your body what it actually needs, and maybe rediscovering parts of yourself you thought were gone. So give your attention to this. Take your health seriously, not out of fear, but out of respect for the life you still have to live. The next chapter can still be full of connection, strength, and vitality. You just need to know where to start, and this is a good place.